people who were warning, such as myself, people who were warning that um the January 6th stuff, like these people are going to turn crazy. We're onto something. And it shouldn't take like their impending, like the impending disaster that is their reaction, the right wing reaction to their God King Donald Trump being attacked. We shouldn't go, oh no, that sounds crazy. The fact they're calling to arms, they're saying that war begins tomorrow. They're saying that the FBI needs to be attacked, that the IRS is bringing jackbooted thugs to you. That's all hyperbole, but we need to relax and calm down because Orange Man gone now. Everything's okay. Dark Brandon's here. And this is the exact stuff I remember from right before Hillary getting beaten by Donald Trump here, where a lot of people had a false sense of security, but it ended up biting them back.
Yeah, absolutely. And now that the reign of dark, it's a new chapter in the Star Wars Disney saga. Dark Brandon is here, and we're just watching him take out one enemy at a time. My man is on a mission. Now, economic stability, not an agenda. It's economic destabilization, raising gas prices, taking out terrorists nobody care about, not getting Brittany Griner freed, and attacking January 6th. I'm 50-50 on this, but as long as Dark Brandon's in the reign, I'm going to back up because he's getting a little more powerful day by day. I'm not going to talk too much bad about it. I'm a little scared.
We're just going to Bravo TV watch what happens when it comes to this, all right? So
yeah.
This was a Fox News segment that basically has Gutfeld laughing about the idea of FBI attacks 20 hours ago.
And so they chase possibilities of violence based on words from everyday people reacting to a news event that shakes up their lives. Arresting them for thought crimes can't be far behind, which is something that's literally impossible for our president to be charged with. But remember, to them, words are the same as violence. Meanwhile, real violence, burning down a couple of city blocks, is something you had coming. Ben Collins of NBC actually combed through pro-Trump message boards looking for danger.
Not particularly bright people, but these are people who are ready to fight. These are people who are ready to go, and they've proven it in the past. And now they are ready to fight regardless of if they're being watched by the FBI or not.
I would not be surprised if we see the Department of Homeland Security issue some kind of bulletin that we are entering a heightened threat environment.
Bulletin. Oh, we're going to hell.
So I want to zoom in on like one screenshot there, which we may have also had on my PowerPoint clip also. But since it's right here, these were clips from a Reddit post that Ben Collins had posted from the Donald, essentially, like the new thedonald.com, essentially, because it was banned from Reddit as a subreddit, but now it's a clone of that place where they taught the same things. And I was talking about this earlier in that video where I said, you had Trump fans asking, are we not in a cold civil war at this point? Referencing that anti-Semitic trope, they cry out pain as they strike you. And see, so someone in chat right now on YouTube, George is asking, oh wow, what are they planning? Or is it just empty threats on social? I would love for it to just be empty threats on social. But what we actually just saw today, some little live, local, and late breaking news, is that, according to the New York Times, police killed the gunman who tried to breach the Cincinnati FBI office today. So I'm going to read a little bit more. They shot and killed the suspect after negotiations failed, after an hours-long standoff that closed in an interstate and disrupted rural life. Law enforcement officers shot and killed a man they said tried to break into the FBI's Cincinnati offices on Thursday. Ohio authorities declined to confirm the man's name or describe his motives, but two law enforcement officials familiar with the matter said investigators were looking into whether the man, whom they identified as Ricky Schiffer, had ties to extremist groups, including one that participated in the January 6th attack on the Capitol. Now, Caesar, before you jump in, back to brass tacks here. Is this just political rhetoric? Or is this just, like, people going a little bit crazy? It's like people wiling out here. And what seems to be happening is that it's more than just political rhetoric. Because this same guy, this Schiffer, whatever, actually, you could jump in here and talk about it because I'm having a little bit of trouble finding the clip here or finding the image. But this Schiffer guy posted on social media talking about how he was basically planning this and was about to do this tomorrow, saying, listen, I'm about to get shot or whatever, but I want y'all to know X, Y, and Z.
No, this is my thing. It's really funny that Fox News gets to go and a lot of conservative commenters get to go and make outlandish statements, talking about, here's the lefties whining and complaining like this is gonna happen. Then something like this goes down, and there's like no recant rebuttal. And the only time they ever want to talk about it again is they'll be like, well, we don't know what that person's true intentions were, or we don't know what the deal is. Like it's infuriating that they can never be held accountable, responsible for the same garbage that they put out there. And when they say these things, like for example, the clip we just saw, there's unfortunately a lot of brain dead people in this country who take initiative on those comments, as we've seen with shooters in the past and some of the letters they've written, basically giving memoirs of how much they were infatuated with Trump and QAnon and stuff like that. So it's like, it's consistently, we see examples of this, but like no accountability is ever held for it.
Yeah, to your point, we want to get to the Ricky Schiffer stuff right here. So this is from Travis View, who I'll note hosts the QAnon Anonymous podcast, which has been really good at covering this rise in Trump extremism, essentially. This rise in QAnon conspiracies, but also this idea that like Trump is a major savior that is like extra political, like extraterrestrial, so to speak. So anyways, the New York Times has identified the Ohio shooting suspect as Ricky Schiffer. We just read that in the New York Times report, and this is what Travis View's tweet says. There's a Truth Social account using that same name. Truth Social is Donald Trump's Twitter competitor that he created after being banned from the platform. On the same day, the FBI executed a warrant on Mar-a-Lago. The account made a call to, quote, be ready for combat and to, quote, kill the FBI on sight. This same person, we've just learned, was trying to breach an FBI office, armed, and just had to be taken out by police after negotiations failed. So that's to answer your question, because someone asked that in the chat. It was George. Is this just rhetoric or is this real? I've talked a lot during the Trump administration about how this rhetoric is incredibly serious and when it needs to be taken seriously, because if there's shown there's no repercussions for this, if there's shown that we don't take this seriously, I think, CZ, you were making this point earlier, but then it just gives credence to people like this to continue doing it.
No, absolutely. Like I said, and when you give credence to people to just take these actions, do what they want, and we can all sit here and be like, oh, well, like, of course, like, what a dummy. We're not surprised. But the thing is these people take real life actions. And a lot of that was like January 6th. Like, these actions take place. The cultivation of like hate rhetoric and like and racism and misogyny and all these things that are cultivated through the conservative party. It's all like something that we meme about. We go, oh man, like it's like they're wilding. Look at them wilding. Look at these fools. Look how much fools they are. And then the problem is not just that they go and take action, but it's like we start to lose a sense of humanity because look at this human being going and wilding out over some non-existent cause, acting like a fool for nothing now. Like lives are literally put on the line because all of a sudden the conservative party is defund the police now. Now they're defund police, defund FBI. All of a sudden they're on hog watch like we are. But funny enough how things switch up when people don't back your ideals and your rhetoric or whatever, or even the FBI, not even backing them. I mean, I hate the FBI, but I mean like they're literally just somewhat doing their job. And because I was like, whoa, you doing your job around here? That's crazy. And now we have psychos going in here and getting killed over nothing. Like, imagine, like, not only did this person just get killed, but they literally tried to negotiate the situation. They tried to do a negotiation. The person was still reluctant. That's insane.
Yeah, can I just you alluded to it there, but I just have to point out that over the past 24, 48 hours, we have seen one of those usual, like, complete oscillations in American politics where also thanks to that shout out dump truck boot preach sees. Yeah, that's why I love having you on, man. But the right wing has gone full defund the police in 1 year for the sake of Trump, like for the sake of Donald Trump. They have gone from, oh, look what happens when the left calls for defunding the police. Look what happens when we defund the police. Note that, like, almost every major metropolitan area in the United States has increased police budgets. We're continuing to increase police budgets. And a lot of police officers, as we're finding out, are just choosing not to do their jobs. You have instances where, like, hey, listen, as a leftist, as a person who, there are accusations that the FBI came in and planted evidence with Donald Trump. And by the way, we're going to get into Donald Trump on Rat Watch in a moment, because Donald Trump is looking for a rat who's wearing the wire, who's being wired up, as though he didn't understand that voice memos has been a thing for the past 15 years. But anyways, we're going to get into Donald Trump's paranoid race in a moment. But the fact that Republicans are on defund the police now because of a shrivel of accountability on behalf of their God King Donald Trump. It is my butter. I love it.
Oh yeah. When I'm seeing defund FBI, I'm like, oh, my children, you have come home. You're coming home. We can. All it took was a little bit of a switching up on Big Trump. All it did was telling Trump that, who thought that he could talk whatever you want. Trump clearly has never been a regular person, because I've literally had an hour conversation about my friends and how bad I wanted a massage gun. And the next day, all I get is massage gun ads all day on my phone. Trump never experienced this phenomenon in his life. So he went out here, was acting reckless, and they were like, we're going to have to snatch this. And he's like, let me go ahead and, I watched a little bit of Alias back in the day on ABC. Let me plug in the floppy disk.
Mark Zuckerberg's a spy. Mark Zuckerberg's a spy. I was talking about Diet Coke last night. Now all of a sudden, I'm getting Diet Coke ads on my phone. What is this? Yeah. What is this? By the way, can someone bring me a Diet Coke? I'm perched.
He told his aide, he was like, look, all you got to do, I've seen it in the movies, just plug in the little memory stick into the computer and download it. Duh. Like, it works every time. Get over, hurry up or I fire you.
You ever take one of those? You ever take one of those work trainings where it's like, if you see a USB drive on the parking lot ground, don't run into your office and plug it into your computer immediately. That's some shit Trump would do. No, but literally, I just want to go into some of these tweets here. So we're already morphed from. These are people in 2020, Liz Wheeler, for example. So we've already morphed from reform the police to defund the police to disband the police. It's going to be so fun for criminals next time a Democrat's elected president. Same person 2 years later. Abolish the FBI. Liz Wheeler. I want to get into exactly who she is. Yes, Liz Wheeler show. One of those, like, Republican talking points types.
Where the hell would I watch the Liz Wheeler show?
2020, Terrence K. Williams. He was one of my remember Diamond and Silk when we were attacking those leftists, or those right wingers who were like in the can for Donald Trump, but also like black people. Terrence K. Williams is one of those purposeful coons as well. Going 2020, the Democrats want to abolish law enforcement so they can continue to demolish America and get away with breaking the law. 2022. What happened to President Trump today is disgraceful and un-American. The FBI is now officially a corrupt and criminal organization.
Let's go, Terrence!
Defund the FBI. Actually, the FBI should be dissolved. Raise your hand if you agree.
Terrence, my man, about time. He had to take off the raccoon mask. Join the team, baby. Let's go. Who's next? Who we defunding? Defund the fire department. What's next? Who we attacking? Come on, Terrence. Join in with me.
Base Terrence K. Williams. Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Oh, another based queen. Let's go. Here we go. The based queen herself.
2021, June 23rd. Crime is exploding in Democrat-run cities. This is 100% the result of their left-wing policies, which is funding the police, backing BLM/Antifa, destroying families, and coddling of criminals.
God damn it. Not only did are we 100% the issue? This is 100% our fault because there was no other accountability anywhere else. We were all the reason for this. She says, oh, it's because of the police. Defunding the police and backing BLM is the reason why Donald Trump got caught up. Damn it, dude. If I had only known that before I went to the protests in March. Oh, God, dude.
1 year and 1 month later, defund the FBI.
Marjorie Taylor. Sometimes it takes maybe a couple Senate hearings, maybe a little bit of Liz Cheney action, and all of a sudden, you join the dark side. Welcome aboard, Marjorie, Attack on Titan Green. We've missed you, and we're happy you're here.
I'm sorry. The coddling of criminals? Donald Trump? Okay, so maybe Donald Trump hasn't been convicted, but we haven't had a whole ton of presidents who have been impeached twice, right? Like, we haven't been a whole ton of presidents who are running the game that Donald Trump was running, who are being investigated by the state district attorney of New York, who, oh, man. Oh, Caesar, I'm going to let you finish because I just stumbled onto some good things, because the FBI thing is just... Let's put a pin in the FBI stuff for a moment, because Trump had even more investigations this week. It was wild, okay? But yeah, Caesar, get in.
This is a very interesting question, because so Trump said the coddling of criminals. Now, the act of coddling a criminal, I believe, is like treat him like a baby, like, hey, it's okay. Man, I feel like Donald Trump was pardoning a lot of people, huh? And I think that sounds like when you pardon someone, you're kind of coddling. So, are you sneak dissing Matt Gaetz? What we doing here, Marjorie? Is Marjorie Taylor just spraying and praying, or is she like, what's going on here? I want to know what the direction is now. Because you're saying defund FBI, you're saying you're coddling Matt Gaetz and other criminals. That sounds like you hardcore lefty now. It sounds like she's a little bit of a lib now.